Hi, how's it going? This is my vlog for October 14th, 6:37 a.m. Monday I was up since 5. I kind of doing my little hip stretch. Yeah, I got up at 5 to call the IRS. Because they open at 7 Eastern Time, 5 Mountain Time, but it's Columbus Day, Indians Day. So, so I called my mom. I was like, I can't call the IRS today. Hey, you want to do the ride, to drive? Because she said there was an opening to drive up to the Trail Ridge Road. But I guess she said it timed out. But then she was yapping at me for like an hour. And then I was just smoking weed. I got $20 of weed the other day because I was stretching all this time. Yeah, I'm gonna try to see if I can upload my videos. I'm so lazy. To YouTube for the last few days, including 2 days where I was even lifting weights. It's like I haven't done a video for like a week. I haven't uploaded. Yeah, I'm just hanging out in my house, in my apartment. I went to the store last night and got like $10 of junk. I got like a bag of candy because I guess it's gonna be Halloween. Got those little candy corn things. But then I got yogurt and yeah, Coffee Mate, because I've been drinking a shitload of coffee. And then I ran out of sugar. Like I had a whole canister of sugar and I just like ate it. Like, because of the weed. But, yeah, I've had it for years. So, yeah, my mom bought me this coffee. She went to Costco and just like got me coffee. I don't know, I didn't even ask for it. When she asked me to tell her what I want, I don't say coffee, I always say, like frozen vegetables and stuff, like onion soup. But I don't think she charged me for it, but so now I'm a total coffee addict. I drink it all day. There's my hamster. But my lungs are in real bad shape. That's a long-haired Syrian. Yeah. They like living in those confined spaces. I saw him run up there. I think he found his water down there because I heard him there. He goes back and forth. That's where I dumped him. But anyway, oh shit. So I got the idea the other day it's too late. Well, I could start now. To actually record like where I am, where I start and stop, and which book for YouTube, for like my vlog. But I keep forgetting. I'm working on Nicomachean Ethics by Aristotle. I finished America's Bank, and before that it was Aristotle Politics. And so after I'm done with Nicomachean Ethics, I have another 3 hours, which is an hour and a half because I'm doing it double. Yeah, I might go back to politics. So politics, that's going to be, see, came up with the idea to do book reviews only, you grade them. You actually grade them with a number. Because I have a website that I could grade them with. So like, politics is like 7 books, and I don't know how many chapters, but maybe like, let's guess like 100 chapters or something. So it's like 100 points, so you just go through and you try to remember what you did. what's on the book. Then you grade it at the end. Yeah, because that's really interesting. So, yeah, politics. Yesterday I got it wrong. So there's the 3 forms of good government and 3 forms of bad government. So the 6 forms of government according to Aristotle's Politics. So there's kingdom, monarchy. And then there's aristocracy. And then there's polity. So it's called polity. So a polity is like a republic. So, with laws and elections, everything. So then each one of those 3 has its degenerate, which then, would precede maybe a change in the type of law. Of political structure. Because as you go forward in time, you use different political structure. First kingdom, then, or monarchy, then aristocracy, then polity. So the degenerate of kingdom is tyranny. Degenerate of aristocracy is oligarchy, and then the degenerate of polity is democracy. So, after the great flood of Noah, and people scatter, and then they make the cities. First, and he actually said, in the time when cities became powerful. So, until the time cities become powerful, it's a kingdom. And it's great. Everything's great. But then it turns into a tyranny. And then people say, hey, because the city-state is too big. Kingdom's too big for a tyranny or a kingdom. So then it gets reborn as a aristocracy. A rule by the few elite educated. And he says that the educated elite and the arms bearers should be the same. But then that degenerates over time into just oligarchy, where it's just the shysters who take over, like the business people, who are originally not high class. So then it has to get reborn as a polity, which is the perfect form of government, but then that can degenerate into democracy, which then turns into tyranny. Then you have to start over. Maybe that would be reborn into kingdom and then tyranny and da-da-da-da. So, the reason that a polity would degenerate into a tyranny, into a democracy, is because of the demagogue. He's the guy who convinces everybody that the aristocratic segment of the democracy, of the polity, are ripping everybody off, and so they need to give him kind of like temporary dictatorial powers to set it straight, and then he keeps the power, and you have yourself another completely different form of government. It goes from a government that's protected by laws, your polity, to we're going to ditch these laws and rewrite laws because everybody's just dissatisfied, but we don't know why. And so if you ever come across a situation where people just start trying to rewrite laws that have been around forever, then we're entering into a degenerative cycle where the polity is in danger, or the republic, polity is a republic, is in danger of having its age-old laws and rules rewritten, and then the preceding a ditching of the laws and just a more dictatorial. So, for example, Vivek Ramaswamy wanted to increase the voting age to 25 for the first time ever. It used to be, wasn't it 18? It was never 25. And then in the Constitution, you know, if you're involved in a insurrection, you can't run again. Well, Trump was, and he's running again, so we're not even paying attention to the Constitution. And then the Supreme Court lets Trump off the hook. So now the presidents can just do whatever they want, and as long as they're president, they can't get in trouble for it. So then a second-term president can just do whatever he wants. So yeah, starting to teeter, and I think Aristotle didn't talk. I don't recall him talking about the causes for that, but he did say, or Plato was talking about wealth discrepancy in Republic, and that he was saying it shouldn't be more than 5-1. Yeah, I want to listen to Aristotle again, politics, and see what he says. See if I can see what he says about wealth discrepancy each time. That's the root. But it's fun to watch that little hamster run around up and down his little cage. He's got a nice house for one hamster. So, my mom wants me to go there at 10:30, help her organize her house and practice parking the car in her garage. She has a friend staying for a week, coming pretty soon. Yesterday, all I did was stretch, like all day long. I was listening to the book. I finished the book, Banker's book, and then got through Nicomedean Ethics. Last Black Friday, I spent like $1,400 on Audible books. I just got every Audible book I could find. But I guess some of them were like, I didn't buy them. Like, it was only for like a year or something. That's kind of bullshit. Because I see them at some, they're like, only available until, oh no, they're not available. Well, that's shiesty. So it's like, yeah, I only have a year or two to listen to them. I was under the impression they get on your thing forever, you know, because then you have to buy them twice. That's not fair. Especially, imagine if you like spent full price on a book and that was only temporary, you know. Some of these are like $30. I got a bunch that are that much, but normally for like $3-4. But yeah. So I'm gonna try to do politics. I'm super motivated to do a YouTube video about politics, because that's kind of the getting the wheels rolling with the books. And give myself a grade. Like that's intelligence test. There needs to be standardized intelligence tests. We don't think about it, but we always go through really far along things before we standardize stuff, because people just don't think about it. And intelligence is something that we can't agree on. You know, we can't agree on like politics and policy, but we can't agree on like what's intelligence. You know, like in fact we have it asked backwards. You know, people acting crazy. Like if you're really good at making money, that means you're smart in general, and then that means you get to make up like all kinds of policy for everything. You know, like the religious stuff, and then you can make up crazy religious stories. You know, like Ben Carson said that the pyramids were used for grain storage, stuff like that. So anyway, yeah, so we need to standardize it. So I think the best way to standardize what intelligence is I'm like stretching my hip now. Yeah, I'm just gonna stretch all day, dude. But my shoulder is getting sore. Like, I think it's more sore today, maybe, from overstretching when I put it behind my back like this. So, but maybe I can do this. But yeah, my hip is so like sore that it feels good to stretch. But yeah, the intelligence test should be standardization. Should be. I have my biweekly history test. Oh shit! I need to take it. Did I not take it on the 15th? I took the one on the 1st. I just never uploaded it. So yeah, 14th tomorrow. Maybe I should do it today because I have to be on with frickin' IRS tomorrow. It's my last day, but I don't care anymore. I'll just do it whenever I can do it. But yeah. So like being able to recite history, you know, decade by decade, year by year, but or randomly. That's what I mean by biweekly history test. Just for an hour, it gives you random decades that you have to do, that you have a minute to do for each. So you do 60 randomly, like from the 200 from 0 to 2000, and then BC. And then I did one, the last one I did was the 20th century, 100, from 1900 to 1999. But then the other intelligence test would be a book review, but actually graded book review. You know, not just like, oh, you know, that's my video, blah blah. But like, because I have it on my website, you have to actually recite it, like how you would recite history, and just whatever you remember, and you get a point for what you remember, dude. You know, and then so if I remember 65 things from politics, then I get 65 points, and I put that online, and that's me. Haha. Yeah, man. So that's why I want to do politics is the most important book. Yeah, and I'm just gonna do the books based from like most important down to least important, you know, in order of importance. So it's kind of like also I'm making my list of what I think are the most important books. So if I were to say right now what I think the most important books are, I'd say number 1, politics, because that opens up the conversation of where you stand. Because a lot of people don't believe in democracy, even though they live in America. They're like benefiting from it, but then they want to pull up the ladder once that they use to get up. So the guys on Daily Wire are using Aristotle's politics to try to say that it's time for us to cycle back into kingdom. Michael Knowles, I think, was the one who said that. Yeah, that's like, wow. So, in front of all his buddies, and then Jeremy Goring said the same thing. So that's the most important book. And then I'd say the second most important book, fuck it, how about the Bible? New Testament, I guess both. So the way you would grade yourself on that would just be reciting book by book, remembering what the book order is, and then recite what happened, you know? And then in the New Testament, like what he said, you know? And then just grade yourself once you remember. Third one would be probably Spirit of the Laws by Montesquieu. Fourth would be Federalist Papers. Fifth would be probably Thomas Aquinas. Summa Theologica. That's a doozy though. So yeah, I do it like that. And I should make the list and put it on my website. I don't have a list of most important books on my website. Yeah. So, um, I don't think I have the motivation because I still have weed. As long as I have weed, I don't think I want to. I get my heart rate up or anything like that. Um, I'm just gonna hang out here, stretch. I think I'm also calibrating my brain. Um, I'm kind of, when they say, I've heard people say, like, whenever first aid people or whatever, whenever somebody sees like a big accident or something and you need to be the first aid, the first thing you need to do is have a cigarette. You kind of have to have like a deep breath. So yeah, I think I'm just having my time. Like the more that I stretch, like every day when I get up, I feel a little bit better, you know? It's very slow, like my hip still hurts and all that. Still tight. But I feel a little bit better. Like last night when I went to sleep, I was kind of like jiggling around, feeling my leg, and I was like, huh, and I was sitting down. I was like, huh, I can't feel the soreness of my hip, like at all. I was sitting down, and when I sit down, I just feel it, and yeah, so it's like getting better slowly. So, yeah, like I really like hanging out in my apartment. Like the goal was to create like a sum, a the total is greater than the sum of its parts situation in my apartment, where I can just hang out all day long and not even want to leave. Like I shouldn't have left the last 2 nights. I left only to get candy. Stupid. I just got a bunch of food, like it was like $110 of sandwich fixins, and a bunch of canned food. I could just hang out here forever. Like, why not just hang out in my apartment and not even leave forever? I have to go to my mom's house every day, but and then just let time kill itself, because like apparently, I mean, it takes forever, dude, to stretch, because even if it's only a couple stretches, and I'm not even doing the full stretch, you know? Like I have weights in here, and the idea of lifting weights, it's like, what? That's not even crossing my mind, because I don't even have the time for it, even though I'm just stretching, because like I set each stretch is 5 minutes, and but there's all these different stretches that I cycle through, like opening up my hip ones. If I do hamstring, that's 10 minutes, left, right. Arm, shoulder. So it's like 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. I do a bunch of 5 minuters. And then I get like exhausted, and I kind of sit up and I smoke some more weed. I got $20 of weed like 3 days ago, 4 days ago. I'm still smoking it. But my tolerance is going to go up, and I'm going to burn through it today probably. But that's a good reason to only smoke weed like like get $20 like once a month, because it lasts forever because your tolerance isn't high. And my asthma has been horrible. But anyway, yeah, next thing you know, the goddamn day's over, And like, it's also like extremely like relaxing, so that I sometimes have to just take a nap. Like I did not have insomnia last night. Like I remember I had insomnia when I first started to try to get in shape. Dude, insomnia is a thing of the past. If I stretch all day long, dude, I'm gone. I'm done. But I'm not gaining. I'm not burning fat. In fact, maybe gaining fat. I'm just as fat, and I'm not getting muscle tone. So I look just as old and dumpy and everything. Pretty much, my lungs are still bad, but I feel better, and I move better. And it's slower. And so one reason why I wanted to stretch a lot, only stretch for like a week or something or more. I was thinking like a month or two. I didn't even give a shit. This is just the mindset that I'm in, man. I'm just like, whoa, all I want to do is stretch. Because also listening to the book, I kind of feel like I need to calm down, settle down. But one reason is because when I do go into the gym, it'll be, and when I do like ride my bike and try to run, like it'll be easier, dude. I'll move better and I'll perform better and it'll be less frustrating. I'll feel less out of shape and old and everything. Cause like when I was going into the gym, I wasn't that strong. But I couldn't really run afterwards. Really lumbering with that. And, yeah, I don't know. It's just, and when I was squatting, that was hard. And I wasn't good at, hack squat. When I actually hack squat, I only did the sled. Like, yeah, when I went all the way down. So, yeah, and also for the riding, when I ride the bike, it'll be too cold, but it'll be, I'll be better. I'll be stronger on the bike. And I'll have better recovery on the bike overall. And long term, I'll be better on the bike. Like, really, the only way for me to even be able to think about doing endurance stuff is if I'm flexible. Otherwise, I think it'll just actually be bad for me. I'll just deteriorate faster because all the different tightnesses around my muscles, there's no way that that's going to get just like stretched out just from that stuff. I think that'll just grind it down. Because I was riding before, when I was doing the riding a couple weeks ago. Yeah, I'd come back and my neck was really sore and kinky, and I didn't have any strength. And oh, my little ferret was saying hi. Anyways, so that's enough talking. I'm going to, right now, I don't really have that much of an appetite. Maybe, yeah, make up some coffee. Yeah, make a bunch of coffee. I have like two, dude, yeah, like I'm getting high off the goddamn, like, coffee. Like, for the first time ever, I'm actually treating coffee like it's a drug, dude. I had a roommate here, lived with me for 8 years. He was a coffee addict. He'd drink coffee all day long. Like, he'd get in these things where he'd just drink as much coffee as he could. Like, he'd drink an entire pot, and then he'd just make another pot and drink it. And then I'd see him, like, running around. Like, literally, like, running around the apartment back and forth. And I'm thinking to myself, this guy's, like, crazy. He's wired. Is he high? And yeah, I think he was getting high off the coffee. But, yeah, I was getting high off coffee. Like, actually high off the goddamn coffee. Like, smoke a bunch of weed. I drink a cup. Oh, no, am I getting a toothache? Oh, fuck. I've been eating a bunch of candy and not going to the dentist. Oh, no, don't give me a toothache. Oh, no. At least I have credit on my credit card. I have to go to an emergency dentist. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. That's the worst. Anyway, oh, fuck, man. Yeah, I need to go to the dentist fucking soon. Maybe next month. But anyway, yeah, I drink like a cup of coffee and then I want another cup. And then I drink the other cup and I'm like, oh shit, should I go to the third? Because I know you can overdose on it and it feels icky, but like, then I smoke weed and I'm like, oh yeah. That's when I'm trying to beef up my OnlyFans masturbation videos. Yeah, because that's kind of the efficient way to do it. Like, if some girl says your name a bunch of times, she's hot, you're like, oh. So then you do like a bunch of videos, like 30 of them. And then you send them all at once. and then you did it, and then you can move on to the next one. It's like a fun thing to do. I'm like getting a hard on just thinking about it. I kind of feel like, yeah, that's kind of like a good way to break up the exhaustion from stretching, mental exhaustion. But yeah, that's why I need to, because I'm getting high off the coffee, like all like feeling jazzy and stuff. I kind of the first day that I did that, yeah, I was listening to this book called "The History of the World in Six Glasses," and it's about different civilizations that use different beverages as their main beverage, and like Ashurbanipal when he had his, man, I'm hungry. I'm gonna have to have breakfast. I didn't eat enough yesterday. It's just a candy. But he was the first person to mainstreamify wine when he gave 100,000 skins of wine, which was equal to how much beer. So, anyways, pints of beer they gave people. But he was on the coffee chapter, and he was talking about how like people were like at first thought that coffee was bad, and then somebody like they tried to outlaw it. They thought it was like a drug, but then they're like, no. But when people are on coffee, they don't get hungover, and they always work better and stuff. And yeah, but there was a time when, yeah, I guess people actually used to get high off coffee and act crazy and make people question it. But coffee in the 1600s was like, he said, was like coffee that was brewing all night for a day, like that really bitter, thick. And that's what people would drink at the coffee houses. That's why coffee houses were popular, because some coffee houses, their coffee was way better than others. Like there was a difference in quality of it. But anyway, that's enough talking. I'll try to upload the video today. The reason I haven't, I've just lost my motivation. I guess life's catching up. I'm just stretching, and it's like amazing, dude. Like, what it's doing to my brain. So, as soon as I get bored, I was almost bored with it. I was almost thinking about going to the gym today. Once I start feeling like a fat, old, weak motherfucker, because, I don't have any muscle tone and I'm blubbery, then I will start going to the gym, and I'll integrate stuff. Because I'll never stop stretching. I'll always have to stretch like an hour a day. But I want to find stretches that I do so I know what flexibility is. And it's basically my hour of stretching a day isn't just stretching and maintain stretching, but it's also checking off the marks, making sure I can still do these stretches so that because that's how I got, and I think everybody gets unflexible. They're fine, and then next thing they're not, because they forgot to check the marks, and then it just gets too late, like how I'm at. Technically, it would be too late. But luckily for me, I have the time to just stretch. So, But it's not like one of those like midlife crises where it snuck up on me. I mean, I knew what I was doing to myself. And I was making a sacrifice for everybody else, making a badass website, you know what I mean? So I understand if somebody look at me and think I'm an idiot for letting it sneak up on me or whatever, but I always knew that I would be able to bring myself back because I have the time. So that's what I'm doing. Bring myself back. It's just going to take like a month or two of just stretching. Like literally, I was sitting around thinking like, like we're in October, November, December. Why not 2.5 months? Why not the rest of the year? Just stretch, And then at least by the end of the year, I will be all like fat, no muscle tone, weak and everything, and asthmatic and all that with like rickety knees, because it's not the greatest on my knees, all this stretching. But like, did you hear that? My knee popped. Anyways, but I'll feel physically younger. I'll feel better, and I'll be more prepared to go into the gym and work out. And yeah, I'll be less susceptible to an injury, you know, because sometimes in the gym you can get overly excited, you know, you can be like, go for the 10 reps. And then you straight up fucking like tearing a muscle. Well, I wouldn't be tearing that same muscle if I had just spent the last 3 months stretching that muscle out all the way, you know. That's the kind of stuff that you would tear. You're tearing like the tendon and stuff. And that's what I think makes you tight, because then it forms a knot as it doesn't heal right because you're not exercising it. You have to exercise the injuries back or they don't heal right. Kind of like if you sprain your ankle or your wrist and you don't exercise it back in, it can't fix because it can't bring the nutrients because the lymphatic system needs movement to move it around. So, anyways, that's enough yapping. I'll try to upload these tomorrow or today after I come back from my mom's or maybe before. But I'm gonna make a coffee now, drink coffee, and yeah, and start stretching until like 10:30. Get going with my day. Alrighty, talk to you tomorrow.